Hi everyone, Susie here from Minnesota, and I garden in a zone 4B, and it is my Sunday garden stroll. It is June 2nd. Containers are looking good, filling out. We've been cool, and there's a lot of good. There's also a lot of bad to show you. So the Sunday that I filmed, everything looked great. Memorial Day, we got a hailstorm that lasted about 10 minutes. It took probably 3 to 4 hours for the hail to actually go away. So I'm gonna try and stay as upbeat as possible. Like I said, there's a lot of good, but there's lots of damage. And on top of that, a lot of rain, a lot of sitting water, and a lot of mosquitoes. So wanting to film this was not there. The hail, I'm finally starting to deal with, but the mosquitoes, I do what I can, and then, yeah. And then I get in. And I think that's what's making me more sad, because I can't spend it in my garden. Tulips I got rid of, and they just pulled out. I mean, this is beautiful soil here. But I have a netting on, and the mosquitoes don't bite me. I don't get welts, but they just swarm. And so trying to get in the house without carrying in thousands of mosquitoes. So after I'm done here, I usually run around real quick, dash in the house, and that way nobody gets it. So it's looking good, and we definitely have a good amount of rain. It's just, okay. Tree is looking good, and I'm hoping this is clear because I'm looking at this through a net and I look ridiculous. Pulmonium looks fantastic. Well, in my eyes. I mean, it's a little tall, but once that's done, I'll cut it back and I'll have that beautiful ferny foliage. A lady's mantle. Oh yeah, and they're talking more rain today and possibly more hail. And the hail wasn't big enough to do damage to my siding or roof, which I would love, new siding roof, but some plants did fare better than others. Goat spirit is just starting. There are broken branches on some stuff, and I'm not getting back there because so I don't know if you can see that hanging there on the black lace. It's really early in the morning. I like to film early just because I don't have the glare of the sun. So that's why it always looks like it's in shade over here, and it's not. Some heucheras are better than others. Loving the grass here. I do have a lot of buds on my roses. Also a lot of aphids that I spend a good amount of time squishing the other day. I think that's the other problem. I don't know if you can see all the buds on them over here. The weather has been beautiful. Like right now it's absolutely gorgeous, but just to sit out in my garden, even in full sun. Not blooming yet. It's taken its sweet time, the dianthus and the lychnis. Snow on the mountain here, variegated bishop's weed was flattened in some spots. I don't know why it picked and chose that, but oh, I have to show you. Isn't that gorgeous? Above and beyond climbing rose. So really like it, and it looks really pretty with this. Well, it's variegated bishop's weed. It's invasive, you can see, but it's just really soft with that variegation, and then the rose. I did put my urn back here just to add a little height. The terracotta pot was, we're gonna go this way. was just getting hidden by the variegated bishop's weed. I lost my train of thought, sorry. The heucheras look really good. Oh yeah, these hostas fared okay. There was just some people walking, so I didn't want to get them on film. But it's funny, after I did the tour last Sunday, I was going to do a hosta tour. That's not going to happen. I mean, curly fries looks good. Sorry for backtracking. So if you want to see some beautiful hostas, look at my May 26th garden tour. But yeah, a lot of my seedlings got damaged, so I replanted. And this is a little bit taller. The terracotta pot was a little bit too low, and I just didn't have anything to prop it up on, so it wouldn't be tippy. Still working in this area. That's just... So from afar, it looks good. Close up, I did put grasses here. I had some seed hostas that I had started 3 or 4 years ago. They took it, but honestly, there was nothing special about them, so I figured, why keep them? This is just goat's beard also. Looking good, just starting. Irises fell over. I did make this just for the birds, but it is wet all around. And again, this is wet. I hope my lady's mantle is okay. I think it's cute. I put a rock here to kind of, when the water comes out, it sprays a little bit. You might hear it. I think it's like every 5 minutes it's pumping out, but it's pretty wet. The hostas will flush out with some new leaves, but I'm not cutting them back. It just really sets them back. It's not good. You can do what you want. I won't do it. I don't recommend it. I'll probably just trim here and there, like the ones that are falling over. They need a lot of energy to put out new leaves, but they also need that energy to make a good root system too. So I guess I'd rather have a good root system at this point for next year. And they can just look horrible this year. Yep. It's just kind of hard to get in here right now until I trim up the Brennera, which big, oh yeah. This actually got, so with all that rain, everything is really lush, taller. And some of it's got some floppy growth, but this is taller than me, so I would say this is 6 feet right now. One plant of goat's beard, loving its life. The Hakana clovegrass looks good. So yeah, I'm sorry if I sound a little bit bummed. I'm a gardener. First thing on my mind in the morning is gardening. Last thing on my mind is gardening. I'm not a content creator, so this really bums me out. I don't have thousands of plants sitting there to replace, and I love hostas. I've had them for over 20 years and kind of became a collector. And so yes, and I'm human, so I can be bummed out because this is kind of what I'm dealing with now, and I deal with things as they come. I got over the hail damage, and then the mosquitoes. This one really took it. I'm not gonna go all the way back here because it's just, Geum still looks really good. Look at that little dude pulling through. I'm really liking that plant. But I like that with that blue hosta. Go figure. But those two really should not be planted together. And then I had water that was back up here, so it's mucky back there. Oh no, that's just a... So, of course, what do I do when I'm feeling a little sad about my gardens? And I go plant shopping. Not a good thing to do. It's kind of like you don't go food shopping when you're hungry. Hardy geranium looks good. Just flattened. Like I said, there had been about 2 inches of hail on the ground. And these just look really tough. I've been cleaning them up. They are... So I do have some to replace them. I don't know. My mojo's gone right now. This one got shredded. I like really shredded. Like, never mind. Look. Beautiful though. Lemony lace, elderberry. And of course, humpback, and it was even starting to flower. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna speed this up because this is so sad for me. It really is, and I'm very sorry. I keep saying that, so I'm really trying to stay upbeat because I don't want my garden tours to be a pity tour. I had hostas in there that were shredded also, but I was holding them for a neighbor, and I don't feel like giving him shredded hostas right now. But yeah, I had fun planting that up. So yes, I went plant shopping, and I don't regret it. I felt really good, very happy, and kind of got a little bit of my mojo back after that. I'm not going to the back of the garden for sure because there's just, it's slush back there. I don't know if you can see underneath the pine tree. That's all water back there. And then sitting around her garden, that was water. This was all wet. So I'm not. Honeysuckle looks fantastic. I wish I could get a close-up shot, but I'm not even going to walk in there right now because when I walk in my gardens, thousands of mosquitoes fly up. See, look. Yeah, I'm wearing gloves too. Irises look great. I'm like, I don't think I've ever had this many buds on. And there's more to come, so this is so pretty. It makes me happy, all of them. Like I had a drift, and they're all kind of little different hues of purples. I got it at a plant sale, so there's no name, so it just goes shoop. They like the wet, so. And that one that never bloomed last year. Like I said, lady's mantle, that's a doer. Awesome. Doesn't seem to like, or doesn't seem to mind too wet, too dry, too anything. But yes, curly fries hosta, these are pretty streamers, and silly string, the really thin ones look good. So very happy about that. I wish I could go to the back because there's some ajuga that looks really pretty. The nine barks have buds on. Anthos valerian is just starting. So pretty, and that lasts a long time. So look at the turtle head. Remember last year, it never got past the bench? Well, it got past the bench and it's June 2nd. Crazy. That's what I mean. A lot of these plants like a lot of water, and that's why I chose a lot of these plants for this area. Sabaria sorbifolia stem looks great, getting tall, and I expect he'll get much taller because of, and rainwater is so unbelievable. I mean, some of these look okay, so I'm just giving them a chance. But some pretty good hunks broke off of. Cosmos, I mean, it looks pretty, like, but it would be nice to see it bloom. That is not there. I had this planted here, and I decided to be done with that. I do have plants for in this spot. I found some, yep. But I don't feel like putting free plants on the curb when there's that much hail damage. So this looks good. This was beaten down back here. Hydrangeas got pretty beat up too. The one thing that worries me about like the leaves looking like this is the plants are now stressed out, which, you know, brings in even more bugs. It's like even the roses too looking really good, and once you start having torn foliage, it's a weaker plant, hostas too. So believe me, slugs are going to be in there also. I'm not going to know because my zinnias are, do you see them just hanging over? I couldn't get back there. Shoot. Baptisia looks gorgeous. Along with, in here, I just have a bunch of leaves that I'm keeping dry for my compost bins. And yeah, but I haven't been able to get back there. Oh, and rhubarb took its toll. Got a lot of broken stalks in there, picking what I can. This rose is blooming down here. Never like an amazing one. Still looking pretty with the scabiosa. I'm just gonna stand over here for just a sec, and this is gorgeous. Nellie Moser. And it fared pretty good through the hailstorm. Astrantia just budding up here, can't wait, and that little guy off to the right. Hukra looks pretty good, a little beaten down, but all in all, I love that color here. It just, that pop of color, and you know, honestly, it's kind of pulling the lupin too. That's just gorgeous. Oh, all started from seed 2 years ago. Peonies are nice and big, and thank goodness not blooming yet. Hopefully we can have a little reprieve here of rain so I can actually enjoy those. And this too looks great. Very wet. This is like a trailing baby's breath. Oh, the noise they make is annoying. Julia Rose just started blooming. I might see if I can get back out here a little bit later to do a quick tour of them open. They just close up in the morning. More, oh, isn't that gorgeous? It is covered in stalks. I can't wait. I love that lupins do this, but sometimes they look a little wonky. Let's see, anything over here? I did get my beans started. Oh, I've got some coming up. Fantastic. So it's funny, the first thing, whenever we had that hail, I checked on were my tomatoes. because these are my favorite tomatoes, and I'm pretty sure I can't find them in a garden center. So they did really good. Very happy. So yes. And that's the only thing I checked on. To tell the truth, I didn't go in my garden for a few days after that. I could just see the damage from the window. Shallots look good. They've all got little shoots. This is the only one. It'll be okay. I let my tomato sucker just in case of something like this were to happen. Baptisia, I think this is pink lemonade. Looks great. It will get much bigger. It's just starting. Look, this is gonna open up too. It was just like this yesterday. So, happy sight. Look. And it's hanging down even more so I really, but I don't have the heart to cut it. I mean, would you? I know it's in the way, but I can duck every time I come out. That's not a problem. I just have to remember to duck so I don't get a face full of thorns, but it's loaded. So I'm gonna let it bloom and then I'll cut it, and then I'm the only one who comes out to my gardens right now because I'm the only one crazy enough to battle all, we'll say bugs, just mosquitoes. I can deal with anything else. Grasses look good. I mean, you can always count on grasses to pull through pretty much anything. I say that, but hey, stay tuned. There's more rain and hail and everything tonight. Look, it's just, make me happy. Roses are looking pretty good. I did have some, well, damage, but not a whole lot. You won't even know it on this one. And let's see, hydrangeas, I felt really bad, so I've got a lot of weeding to do over here. But the leaves were just, and the new growth. So we'll see how they fare. Lilacs, I felt bad. Oh, all that rain. It was so heavy I thought they broke, but they were good. I did find cucumbers for that middle bed, which I'm going to work on today. And Eureka, love this cucumber. Well, I planted 2 years ago, and maybe it was just the year too, because it's always a different year for growing vegetables, right? But I got 2 of them, and that's a favorite cucumber. These are my holding plants here for my pelargoniums. They're looking pretty good. I just kind of still figuring out where I want to put some of this stuff, like in ground. I've got some friends who want some flowers too, so that did pretty good. Some of the oregano did, the kirigami did break. Not too bad, but fared better than what I thought. It seems really delicate. I'm just waiting to plant the dahlias. I have some, but it's so wet. And then still thinking about this. So this is green drops grass, and this is my cut flower garden over here. But my sister, she's like, "Are you growing corn?" I'm like, "No." So I don't know. It's a really pretty filler for in bouquets, but it's not really pretty. Well, this one's a little bit better. So I mean, they can't help it. They also had what, 2 inches of hail piled on them. So. But if there's something prettier I can put there, so that's where I'm kind of wondering. Sweet peas are doing pretty good. There was some breakage on here. I do have to put more twine on. It's finally gotten that tall. Super stoked about that. The hardy geraniums just really pulled through too. So that is another plant that I'm going to be looking for more of. Looks great. Again, it's so early in the morning you don't see all the bees. But by the time I get even out here by 8 o'clock, it's probably okay now. I don't think too many people are out whenever the bugs are this bad. And just the crazy garden lady. Columbine. I need more columbine, to tell the truth. That's a long bloomer. I do love the grasses. I just planted my purple Prince alternanthera here, and so it can just, and it will fill in that just kind of little swoop here. I was gonna go with something blooming, but I don't know. I have a lot of pink later on, and then I've got peach and white, and so I think I'll like that. And these two colors together are really pretty. The Amsonia looks pretty good. This is beautiful. That peony is gonna be amazing. I mean, even though I have it staked up, it's pretty tall, so I gotta get in there and be really good about cutting it and actually enjoying it as a cut flower. Otherwise, with rain and everything, it'll just flop. Oh, so beautiful. I do have to try and get in here because I got a big thistle coming up back there. So where I have some bare spots, it's here, and then on the other side, I have dahlia tubers that I planted, and the ground was pretty nice, and then, you know, day after we got 2.5 inches of rain. So we'll see if they come up. Well, we haven't exactly been warm. We've been high 60s, mid 70s, like I said, beautiful temps, but they don't like it cold, and they don't like it cold and wet. So, but I was tired of them just sitting there in the box, so I got them planted. We'll see what happens. If not, I have options. So, just not for him. Like I said, he's just in a hole, not even planted. So looking good. And the salvias, or what, Blue Monday sage, is growing on me. They're really cute. So I do call this Trevor Island because that container there I named Trevor. You probably won't see a lot of that this year. But yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed. It looks pretty good. I'm really happy to see that the cut flowers are faring pretty good. The lupins are still upright. Really happy about that. So all in all, it's just a lot of big leaf damage to certain stuff that well, with the rain we get, they will keep flushing out and maybe cover it a little bit. So like I said, I'm hoping my town sprays like every other week. I do have a mosquito spray ordered. It's spendy. That's also safe for my pets. So that's coming soon, but that's more like essential oils. And the only reason why I chose that is because with my town using a chemical, I don't want to keep adding more chemicals, so I wanted to do something more and I like the scent of it. It doesn't smell like well, I've got a lot of bug spray on right now. So yeah, so there wasn't much to show in this except for a lot of damage, but so yeah, so hopefully and I know everybody's kind of getting some yucky weather and dealing with a lot too, so I really feel sorry for you. It's just, this is, I don't know if you want to say this is my baby. This is what I wait for, and yeah, it's not like you can, annuals you can have a do-over. If they get damaged, you can plant a new one. Perennials, you just, unfortunately, shrubs, perennials, anything like that, you have to wait till next year, and they take so long to look really good, and that's the problem. Oh, want to show you. This one just opened. This is a seed dahlia, so I'm trying to plant all of them. So really, I have one more to plant, and that's why I'm like, I just don't know. I'm about ready to say goodbye and plant it back there. Zinnias, I'm hoping, these are like the Queenie Lime kind of, I hope I like the colors. So not like in that one. That one's not too bad, but I'm hoping I get some different colors because right now everything's kind of looking orange and yellow, which I was not going for. Oh, and the sun is just coming up. I gotta turn off my kennel lights. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed. Bye for now.